This is going to be your Hercules heater control knob install. You're going to need your heater control portion, your Zeus 3D new rings, your Hercules lights. You're going to need some type of small flathead or butter knife or something. You'll want some type of glue that's good for plastics. I really suggest a 1 3/4 cup saw, but if you don't have one of those, then a good Dremel attachment is good. You'll also probably want a good pair of snippers just for the very end. Let's go ahead and go with it. So you're going to take your butter knife and or small screwdriver, and you're just literally just going to get in and pry up under these and just pop them out. Don't worry about if you have to give them a lot of force. The only thing that you might chip or damage is going to be this chrome ring, and guess what? That's the part that you're getting ready to take out and replace, so it doesn't matter. So go ahead, pop all of those out. I did myself the liberty just because it's a lot easier to record and not have to pry everything apart. So then once you do that, then you're going to remove your 4 screws on the back. Again, I gave myself the liberty of doing that before starting the video just because it's much easier. And then next, the only thing holding this together is here on the sides. It's pinched right here, and it should come right apart. And then from there, you can literally just, it falls right out. The only thing that might be holding it is the flashers. There's like a little button in there that might hold it, so just pull it apart. From here, this is where it gets even easier. Literally take those rings, pop them out. You can set them aside and just kind of toss them in a box of all your factory parts for later if you want. This is actually what we're actually really looking to do. We want to take this inside ring out, and so you can see this is going to be a great size, the 1 3/4. It fits right down inside, and we're just going to take that inside ring out. That way these pieces can just slide right in. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, get my drill press set up, all that kind of fun stuff. I will say, if you are going to use something like this, always come from the back. Always, always, always cut from the back. If you are going from the front and you hit your angle a little bit too much, you might kind of start damaging the portion that you're actually looking to keep. So I just always suggest go from the back. Anytime I do it from the back, it always comes out perfectly clean. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so now we have all of our little plastic rings cut out. So now you're just pretty much ready to just start dropping your pieces in. Might need to trim this one just a little bit. There's a little piece in the backside. So just going to go ahead, just start dropping all of those guys in. And then from the backside, you'll just take a little bit of your glue and just kind of dab just a couple little dabs of glue just all the way around. I mean, you don't need to go all the way around, but just give it some good dabs just so it kind of stays nice and put. And then when you bring in your LEDs, you're going to go ahead, start them off and just lay them all the way around. Sorry, it's not very easy to do one-handed. And so these guys will eventually meet up once it's all on there nice and pretty. And so you would essentially just kind of glue those in place. I'm going to go ahead and just do that now while I can set the phone down. So hold on just a moment and we'll be right back. Sorry, one thing I did forget to show is there's a little tab that's left over in there. That's what these guys here are going to be for. One of the reasons. So just get those guys in there and start clipping it right out of there. Okay, so now our strips are just kind of set in here. Now you would come back through with your glue and finish kind of gluing these guys down at one here right at the end, maybe one in the middle, and then one towards the beginning. Do that all the way around. I ended up taking my snippers and ended up making one little notch on that piece there and that piece there. That way I can actually kind of run my wire up there. The other two, this ring and this ring, already have a little channel that you can follow, and then from there we will end up pretty much the way that these are going to line up. All of our wires are going to come out on this little corner, so we're going to make a notch in this little corner of this piece in order for our wires to come out. Alright, sorry, I'm going to go ahead and continue. I ended up taking a phone call, which killed my video. So we would go ahead and we would glue all these down, direct the wires to where they're coming out in this little corner here. I've gone ahead and gone through and trimmed out the little portion there that my wires are going to go through. Ended up leaving that little spike there. That way it just kind of helps snug the wires and holds them in nice and tight where they need to be. So then we would just go ahead and just align that all up, put that all back together. Of course, putting the entire thing back together first, but that's how those are going to go. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start putting this all back together and show you guys the finished product. Alright, here we are. We got her all put back together. This is blue. Go through and play with some colors here. Again, not easy one-handed. It's more of a yellow. Here, let me see if I can see what I can do. Green. Yellow. If I can separate red and green. Red. Blue. Some purple. There we go.